Hi guys, it's Simon from Sunraysia Home Loans here, just chatting today about different loan types. Now, there's a lot of different loan types in the market. I'm not going to get into all of the nitty gritty details of this today, but this is just to shed some light on the fact there's a lot of options out there in the industry, and sometimes it can be really confusing. So today I'm going to talk about the top products or the top types of products that the banks and lenders are offering. So there's one, two, three, four, five, six that I've written on the list here. So people say, look, I'm going to come in for a home loan. There's actually 6 different types of home loans that you can take out. So at the top, you've got what's called a standard variable product. So that's the same as all the banks have. It's the flagship product, It's usually the one that's the most expensive, but it has the most features. That's a variable, obviously, because it's standard variable rate. So that's the top one that all the banks will have. You then have a basic variable, which is exactly as it sounds. It's a basic loan. It doesn't have all of the frills that some of the other products have and all the features, but sometimes you don't need them features depending on your circumstances. So it's just a basic, no frills home loan, and it's usually a variable. We then have what's called a portfolio loan, which is a bit more complex. It's more for investors, and it's where we can take out a home loan and we have an amount that's approved, and then we split it into little chunks. So you might have 5 home loans under the one portfolio banner. We don't do a lot of them, and they're not very common. Then we go into our fixed rate home loans. So your interest rate is locked in for a certain amount of time, depending on what fixed rate you choose, which means your payments won't go up or down for that period. Of course, once you end the fixed period, you then go into a variable. I have got another video on fixed versus variable and the pros and cons of those. So if you'd like that, please reach out on the Facebook page, or if you're a client, please just shoot us an email. That's obviously in our library as well. Line of credit is the number 6. So line of credit is like a credit card against your home loan. They do have their place in the market, not as common anymore. They used to be really common long ago, but the banks are steering clear of them a little bit more because they can be dangerous. They don't require you to make regular repayments as long as you are keeping it below the limit. So you might have a $200,000 limit on your line of credit, same as a credit card, and as long as you're keeping it below that limit, you can just keep paying the interest each month and never pay that off ever. So it can be there forever, which can be very, very dangerous, which you need to obviously seek advice before taking out one of those products. And we need to look at your individual circumstances. Of course, with all of these, that's the same. As a bonus, number 7 is called an introductory rate. So I know I said I don't need to talk about 6, so I've just scribbled down here an introductory or a honeymoon rate, which means sometimes the banks will lure you in with a really cheap rate, get you in the door, the flashing lights and the bells and whistles, and say, all right, you've got a really cheap rate, come in. But then after that honeymoon's over, sometimes that rate can go up quite significantly, but not always. Sometimes the introductory rates are quite good to start with, and they go up slightly after the 2 or 3 year introductory period. Sometimes it can be a 4-year introductory period, and yeah, it's still a good interest rate. So again, we need to look at all those things when you come in for a meeting with us. We'll go through all these and we'll talk about what your plans are for the future, how long you're going to be in the home for or your loan for, and look at matching those products and those features of those products for our clients. So we're not just talking about getting a home loan approved. It goes a lot deeper than that. So today I just wanted to talk about the different types of products, and for people to be really careful out there in the market, because there are a lot of products, and under each of those 7 banners that I spoke about today, most banks would have 2 or 3 different types of each of them. Now, they do it to confuse you, so I believe, I shouldn't say that, but they can do it to confuse you because it just makes it all too hard. Now, with us, we'll go through this in a lot of detail, but only show you the things that are probably applicable for your circumstances and for what you've come in and said, I want this or I need this. So we'll uncover those needs and match a product accordingly. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you got lots out of it. As always, touch base via the Facebook page, or send us an email or book online if you need to have a chat. More than happy to help. We're here to do that. We're here to educate people and make sure that we're getting people into the correct loans that suit them. So yeah, reach out. Any questions, as always, get in touch. Thanks, guys. See you later.